You can change your life today. Allow me to explain. First of all, what is life, right? Life is defined by the actions that we've taken up until now, right? And what comes before an action? A thought. It all starts as a thought, and then you proceed to either take action on that thought or not to take action. There is no in between, right? Sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes that can be a bad thing. But there is no in between. You either have a thought and then you act on it, or you have a thought and you don't act on it. Think about all the times you've chosen not to act on your thoughts. It might be because, you thought about doing something to someone and you didn't actually act on it. You were like, okay, let me not do nothing to them, woo-de-woo. Or, someone dropped some money and you thought about putting it in your pocket, but you didn't act on it. You just picked it up and gave it back to them. That's an example of a good time to not act on your thoughts. But in a bad way, a lot of people out there have good ideas that they just never act on. That's a bad thing, right? You want to act on these good ideas that you have, these productive, brilliant ideas that you have. You want to act on them, right? And I'm going to make a video in the future explaining on what to do if you have multiple brilliant ideas and career paths and ambitions you want to do with your life. I'm going to make a video explaining what to do and how to consolidate that and get everything done in a timely manner. I'll make a video on that. Stay tuned. Think about something you can do today. Think about something, small goals, something that you were thinking about doing but have yet to do. Think about that. Now, instead of just stopping there, proceed to act on that. That's the difference. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else. A lot of people just think about these things, they never act on them, right? Separate yourself from everybody else by simply just acting on it. If you have laundry to do, dishes to wash, an essay to write, simply just act on it. It's already up here, just put it into action. Now that becomes reality, and it's just that simple. It's an idea and reality. Just to make that jump, it's just action, and that's it. That is it. Now, obviously, some actions are harder than others. Some goals are harder than others. Sometimes it's going to take many different actions to get that desired result, and that's okay. That's also in my next video that I'll explain later. Now, how does all this stuff change my life, you might be asking? Little by little is how it changes your life. Really, even in general, it changes your life because you're taking action on what you want to do instead of not taking action. And over time, you'll start to see how that compounds over time. If you spend 100 days doing one push-up, you'll start to see how, if you didn't do just even one push-up, how your life could have been different. Because the only difference between those two realities is the actions. That's the only difference between those two realities. And so you gotta ask yourself, what actions are you taking on a daily basis that are affecting your reality, your current reality? What actions are you taking? And when you have these habits and all these actions that you're taking, you have to ask yourself, what impact does it have, right? Like, for example, someone who isn't consistent, I would say that their actions have less of an impact than someone who is. They might be taking the exact same actions, but the person who's consistent is obviously going to actually see more results. And an analogy I like to make, it's kind of like snow, right? When it's snowing, when the snow is a bunch of snow flakes falling from the sky, but when it hits the ground, sometimes it just melts, right? When it doesn't melt, when there's a whole lot of snowflakes all at the same time, it's going to cool down the ground. It's going to cool down the ground enough to where the rest of the snowflakes can hit, right? Just by sheer quantity. All this snow all at once is able to freeze the ground versus one snowflake at a time. The snowflake's just going to keep on hitting the ground and melting versus all this ice hitting the ground all at once. Now the snow's going to stick. Now the snow's going to stick. And That's how you get, snowstorms, icy roads. Those are actual noticeable differences because of consistency. It didn't just stop snowing. It just one snowflake fall from the sky and then it stopped. There was a bunch of different snowflakes combined that led to that snowstorm or that, blizzard, icy road, sleet, hail, whatever it may be. Consistency, even with the weather, right? A flood doesn't happen with one water drop falling from the sky. It's a bunch of different ones falling over and over and over and over that lead to a flood. Or you can apply this to anything. It doesn't have to be just weather, but that's just what popped in my head since it's pretty cloudy and rainy outside. But I'm sure you can think of many different things in your life. Could be, life-changing. Small actions that you could take on the daily that could compound and compound and compound and get you to where you want to be. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Something small that you can do on repeat every single day. That's eventually going to lead you to where you need to be. After this video, I want you to do at least one of what you're thinking of. One activity that can get you one step closer to your goals. I want you to do it today. Not tomorrow, today. Matter of fact, after this video, I want you to go do that. And then come back tomorrow, comment on the video saying that you did it the next day. And really just have discipline with yourself. Stay consistent. It's easier said than done, I know. But you gotta do it. If you want to get to where you need to be, you gotta do it. You gotta pay the price. But with that said, I hope y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.